What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Toni.Bryann. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Khloe Kardashian and her allegedly not having a close connection to her newborn son. Before we get into today's video, you guys know I love to do a good verse of the day and a good quote of the day. So today's quote of the day is, "I love the sound of my feet walking away from whatever no longer suits me." Today's verse of the day is Romans chapter 12 verse 21, and it reads, "Don't let evil defeat you, but defeat evil with good." And without further ado, guys, let's get straight into today's video.
Taking you in this moment.
So the Kardashians just came out with their third season of their Hulu show called The Kardashians, and it definitely shocked a lot of people in its first episode. In the first episode, one of the most notable discussions that was had was Khloe Kardashian saying she didn't really feel a connection to her newborn son, Tatum. Take a listen to this.
Where's your baby?
The baby's
Baby
upstairs.
Robbie?
Baby Rob?
Is the name Bob?
No, but he looks just like Rob now.
You gotta go for Bob.
But a surrogate process, Kim knows it's really hard for me.
Well, what does that mean?
She had a really hard time accepting the whole process.
Got it.
It's a mind. It's really the
Right,
weirdest
I
thing.
could see
I
that.
do think that there is a difference. When the baby is in your belly, the baby actually feels your real heart. Think about it.
Right.
It like touches your organ. Like there's no one else on this planet that will feel you from the inside like that, like your heart, you know?
I got so many good jokes.
And people can connect in different ways. People could not connect.
Do you feel less connected? Mm-hmm. That'll take a minute.
Yeah, people say.
I mean, listen,
but Kim
the other was
said
10 months of
hers
walking
was
around.
like easy. This is not easy.
I definitely buried my head in the sand during that pregnancy, that I didn't digest what was happening. And so I think when I went to the hospital, I really think that was the first time that really registered. And it has nothing to do with the baby. It's just, you're like, okay, we're having a baby and this is my son and I'm taking him home with me. And I definitely was in a state of shock, I think, from my entire experience in general. Don't stop. I felt really guilty that like this woman just had my baby and I take the baby and then I go to another room and you're sort of separated. Like I felt it's such a transactional experience because it's not about him.
So if you guys were unaware, Khloe Kardashian had her second child via surrogacy with her ex-boyfriend, Tristan Thompson. And Khloe expressed that she feels that she does not have a connection to this second child due to him being born via surrogacy.
So how do you feel now, 3 months later, about the whole process of surrogacy?
When you compare it between True and him, it's a very different experience. Like
The connection?
the connection.
Yeah.
Like with True, it took me a couple days to like be like, okay, this is my daughter, and I was super into it, but just days.
Yeah.
Like with him, it's taken me months. I love him and I love kids, but it definitely, I still don't have that complete bond. But you know, so
That
many
just takes
people say
time.
it takes time.
It does, and a
I
break.
do. You just feel, I feel bad for sure. Like, not bad, I feel like guilty sometimes. I'm like, why isn't it the same? But I know it will be, and I know, like, I don't treat him differently. I just question myself sometimes.
Now, in general, I think that Khloe mentioning this was an incredibly important topic. No one really discusses the implications of surrogacy, and me personally, I have always been very intrigued with the idea of surrogacy and whether or not mothers specifically truly feel a connection to their child that was born via surrogacy. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of moms weren't as honest as Khloe and they felt bad or shameful for admitting they didn't feel an immediate connection, or even years down the line they don't feel a connection. But her touching on this had me do some research on the idea of surrogacy and how surrogacy can really affect mother, child, and surrogate. Now, you guys, I actually want to do a whole video on the dynamics of surrogacy and whether or not it's seen as ethical. So if you guys want to see that video, please comment down below. But in this video, we're just going to discuss whether or not Khloe used surrogacy as an excuse to why she does not have a connection with her son. And that goes back to the very beginning. So before Tristan Thompson and Khloe Kardashian started dating, Tristan was dating a young young woman named Jordan Craig. Tristan and Jordan dated between 2014 and 2016, welcoming a son in December of 2016 named Prince. Now, it's been alleged that Tristan and Jordan broke up prior to Jordan finding out she was pregnant with their son, but at the same time, the timeline is still a little wonky because Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson allegedly started dating in 2016, the same year that Jordan conceived her son Prince. If Tristan and Jordan broke up prior to knowing they conceived their son, if it was a full-term baby, that means that they conceived their son between March and April, which is why everyone believes the timeline is a bit sketchy of when Khloe and Tristan started dating. A lot of people speculate that Khloe was dating Tristan before he broke up with Jordan, and he broke up with Jordan in order to get with Khloe. Now, Jordan did indeed give Tristan his very first son, and Khloe got pregnant less than 2 years later. So as you all may know now, Khloe Kardashian got pregnant in 2017 and gave birth to her daughter, True Thompson, early in 2018. So at the time of this, the Kardashians had Keeping Up with the Kardashians on E! Network, and we were able to see Khloe finding out the gender of her baby on their show. And her reaction did not seem to be the most excited reaction. She actually seemed a little irritated. Take a look at this.
Kylie, say it! You're lying. I'm not lying. Shut up. I'm so excited for you. Is she lying? Kylie, are you serious? Why would I lie about this? I don't feel like I'm having a girl. I'm like so excited. Tell Mom not to tell Tristan. Hi. Hi, Mom. Do you want to know what I'm having? Yeah. I'm having a girl. Oh my God. That is so amazing. I'm really hoping Kylie's gonna say she's lying and like I'm really having a boy. But that man is much more attached to a girl. This will be the love of his life, no offense to you. But this will be the love of his life. Well, then I'm gonna get jealous. I'm jealous. You probably will. Well, then I don't like that. I don't like hers. Oh, don't be a bitch.
This led many to wonder, why was Khloe upset that she was gonna have a girl? Well, Tristan Thompson is a basketball player, and not just any basketball player, he plays for the NBA. Basketball players typically want a son in order to continue their legacy in their name in sports. With Khloe Kardashian's height, she's 5'10", and Tristan Thompson's height, who's 6'9", they were more than ready to have some NBA babies. I mean, just look at the height of True Thompson compared to her cousins that were born the same year as her. She's significantly taller, though she's months younger than them. So she's gonna be a tall, beautiful girl. But if you think about daughters, people aren't typically excited about their daughter being tall. I mean, a lot of the times, tall girls kind of have the short end of the stick. It's more exciting if your son is tall. And not only that, if your son has a father that is a basketball player, you know you're gonna get that athletic son. Well, at least they hope they get that athletic son. I also want to mention that maybe Khloe was nervous about having a daughter because Khloe was always seen as the ugly duckling, quote unquote, in her family. So maybe she didn't want her daughter True to have that same treatment, which is why she was scared to have a daughter. And if you guys look at media, especially when True was first born, she already was getting that treatment of people talking about her looks and speaking down on her compared to her cousins. So it's speculated that Khloe wanted to have a boy the first time around in order to compete with Jordan Craig, who gave Tristan a son. According to marriedbiography.com, Jordan Craig stands at 5'4", so Khloe has a way better chance in terms of creating that NBA player baby, which is why she may have wanted a son first. And not only that, Khloe may have interpreted the fact that she is a Kardashian, that her child is more significant than Jordan Craig's son. Now, obviously, we don't know if this is true or not, and I'm not saying that Khloe in fact believes this, but it's another interpretation that people have. Like, she probably thought she was superior. That's why she went and had that baby with Tristan so soon and got with him while Jordan was still pregnant with their child. So Tristan was first caught publicly cheating on Khloe Kardashian when Khloe was 9 months pregnant and caused her to go into early labor. Well, we don't know that for sure, but Khloe literally went into labor a day after the news broke that he was cheating on her. We know Khloe took him back very quickly after that, and then Tristan was caught allegedly cheating on Khloe with Jordan Woods, who is Khloe Kardashian's younger sister Kylie Jenner's best friend. Well, ex-best friend now. So Tristan just kept messing up and Khloe could no longer be with Tristan. But even after that spectacle happened, she still stuck beside Tristan. So while Khloe and Tristan were broken up, at least to what they said, Khloe was on the show telling Tristan that she was ready to have another child with him even if they weren't together. And if that meant they were going to do artificial insemination, she was down for the cause. We all know with artificial insemination, you can gender select if you'd like to. And I'm almost certain Khloe did indeed gender select for this next baby. During this, Khloe and Tristan somehow end up back together. When Khloe publicly announced that her and Tristan were back together, which was on Tristan's birthday, that was the night that Tristan allegedly went to go cheat on Khloe and then got another girl pregnant, and that girl indeed had a son. So the woman that Tristan cheated on Khloe with's name is Marley Nichols. She had a baby boy and she named him Theo. Now, if the timeline is correct, we don't know this for sure or not, Khloe states on the season 1 premiere of their Hulu show, The Kardashians, that her and Tristan were already looking to conceive a new child.
We did an embryo transfer like days before Thanksgiving, and I found out about Tristan's situation the first week of December. And it's just so close. I wouldn't want anyone to think I did this after the fact. Why would I want to have a baby with someone who's having a baby with somebody else? Because I'm not that much of a sociopath. I'm a lunatic, but not like that deranged.
So with Tristan then having a second son, that now puts Khloe in 3rd place of giving him a son, when all she may have ever wanted was to have his very first son, which some women tend to think that them having a man's first son puts them on a higher pedestal. But with her having the Kardashian name, her son would be the most famous son and maybe the most desired son out of all of Tristan's sons. So I say all that to say, once again, this is just a theory. This is not factual at all when it comes to Khloe. We don't know what's going on in her head in terms of this. Khloe may have no longer been interested in keeping this child because she thought in order to keep Tristan close to her, she would have to give him a baby. And not just a baby, she gave him a son. And with her being able to give him this son, and that's still not working because he still was stepping out on her, she may have been not just disinterested in having that child, but also being embarrassed. Like, she kept taking this man back time and time again, hoping he would change, kept saying he went to therapy, he's this whole new person, he's supportive, he's there for True, he's there for her, but he still did not see her as good enough. That can be why she had no connection with this said child, and why she may be using the surrogacy option as a cover-up. But at the same time, we all know with surrogacy, there are some ethical things behind surrogacy that does inhibit a birth mother and surrogacy child to be able to properly bond without some work being put in. Also, with Khloe not being the one personally carrying that child, it was hard for her to gain that bond and that connection, especially when her partner was not there for her. Now, it has since been several months since they filmed this part of the episode, so I'm sure she has gained more of a connection with him over time, but I do think it was a very real and genuine conversation to have. Once again, I want to do a whole separate video on surrogacy and the implications of surrogacy because I feel like it's a conversation that needs to be had that a lot of people do not talk about, and just the ethics behind it in general. Just through the show, Khloe just seems so numb and not like herself. Like, that man broke her down. I don't care what nobody says. If you look at Khloe, like, there is no life behind her eyes. She just always seems so sad and just going with the flow of life, which is like the worst way to live your life. So it could be in conclusion that either A, she doesn't feel connection to her son because it was via surrogacy, or B, because she just was like, what's the point of having this man's child if he can't even be faithful to me? In her head, she's probably like, I could have just went and got a whole other man. And y'all all know the Kardashians tend to maintain the same baby daddies. Time and time again, all of them just keep popping out babies even when the relationship is toxic. So that is a huge theory that people have, that the Kardashians stick to their first baby daddy for all their new pregnancies because they don't want to have more than one baby daddy. But as always, I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on this whole surrogacy thing? Do you guys want to see a video on it? 1, and 2, why do you think Khloe Kardashian has no connection with this baby? Or at least why didn't she have a connection with this baby? Thank you guys so much for watching. I love and I appreciate you all so much, and I will see you all in my very next video. Love you guys. Bye. Mwah.
Taking you in this moment, come get close like you own name. Read your aura, you want more of all this love, you'll be your name. Release all of your burden.